Hey, hey, hey. Happy Wednesday. I'm so excited you guys are here. I'm so excited for tonight's training. We have a lot of people. It's going to be a packed house tonight. Everyone is here to see Miss Tamara. There she is. Hi. Let me just get everyone in.
Hello, friends.
Still admitting some people. Let us know where you're tuning in from. You guys, it is mid-month, okay? So we are on the 15th, which means we are halfway through October already. I can't even believe it. It has been such a great month, especially with all of the amazing promotions that we've had. How many of you have been enrolling the heck out of some people with the Aloe promo? I know I have. And we have just a few more hours left of that. So now is a good time to be checking in on where you're at with your goals, right? So if you're aiming for director this month, like you want to ideally be at 2,500 in volume for like your mid-month, at least, for your mid-month check-in, because it's always better to be ahead than to feel like you're having to play catch up. So the 15th is always the time for me whenever I'm checking in with where I'm at based on what my goals are for the month. Okay, let's see. We've got, oh my gosh, we have so many people coming in. And let's check the chat roll. We've got people coming in from all over Seattle, Massachusetts, UK. Wow. Okay, that's commitment, Lorna. Glad you're tuning in. We've got Southwest Florida, we got Jersey, we got Ohio, we got Pittsburgh, we got Calgary, Coral Springs, lots of Floridians in the house. It's like sweatshirt weather now, so happy about that. Okay, well, we are going to get right to it. So, you guys, I asked Tamara if she would come on and do a training for the team tonight, because not only has she just come in and had incredible success, but she actually hit the rank of Emerald Director last month for the first time. She's going to be locking in her second month this month. And I'll tell you, when I first met Tamara, and remember, it's Tamara like camera. If your brain wants to say, is it Tamara? Is Tamara like camera? Am I the only weirdo that has to like have things to like make my brain remember stuff like that? Um, I just knew right away with the energy that she came in with and her personality, like meeting her when we were at corporate back in, oh my gosh, February now. I was like, this girl's fire. This girl she's gonna build, like she's gonna crush it. And I was right. So, Tamara, take it away.
Thank you, Brooke. That was very kind. And we all have a phenomenal leader in Brooke, and in fact, the duo with Jason as well. We're very lucky to be led and guided by her and that team. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for that fun introduction. That is part of my presentation. I do say Tamara like camera and Sweasy like Patrick. But okay, I'm gonna start to share my screen here, guys. Give me a second. Am I co-host?
So that I did not know. So thank you for filling me in on that.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, let me just make sure that everyone else is muted. It's okay. Because I know I get distracted when other people start popping in and having background conversations.
Oh, there we go. I can do it now.
You
Let's see.
good?
I think so. You guys see my screen? Okay. All right. So thank you again for having me. This is very exciting. And I first have to say, this is not a solo accomplishment. I hope everybody on this call understands that this is the massive achievement of over 1,000 amazing, incredible teammates and all of their hard work, heart, hustle, and dedication. I want to make that clear. This is not a Tamara achievement. This is all of us. So we all are celebrating. And I'm going to dive right in. So I just want to kind of start off by saying that this is going to be a high level training, okay? So just remember, we're all on different parts of our journey. When Brooke asked me to present about hitting Emerald, this is going to be a big overall picture. And please don't compare yourself. We all know comparison is the thief of joy. Be proud of yourself for every step of the way that you're on, every little accomplishment. We're going to talk more about that. But I just want to point out that this is an upper level training, okay? Use it to be inspired because I have been in this. I'll dive right into who I am. Tamara like camera. I have been in the direct sales industry for 8 years. And fun fact about me, my mom actually um, raised our family in the direct sales industry. She was with the OG Mary Kay company. So I grew up watching her work her business like a champion. She had her car, she had her blazer. And fun fact, I never wanted to do direct sales. I always said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go to the corporate world. So I did. And I went that route. And lo and behold, in 2020, I had moved out to Washington, D.C. for my dream big girl corporate job. And 11 months in, I was let go during COVID, and I was jobless and homeless and I had no money. I had no way to make money. So I had to move in with my parents. And that was when I committed to direct sales. At the time, I had an opportunity literally at my fingertips, and I had been with that company just for fun, to truth be told, I wanted to kind of dive in because I saw the potential, but I wasn't driven. I was scared, right? I had to push past that fear of showing up and actually working the business. So when you lose your job and you're homeless and you don't have money, it does kind of give you a kick in the butt and it gets you going, right? So that's how I got into the direct sales industry. I remember being on my parents' living room floor, and I put my head down and I committed right then and there. And I said to myself, if I was actually looking at leaders like Brittany and other people, and I was like, wow, okay, if she can do it, I can do it too. If you're taking notes, please write that down. If she can do it, I can do it too. And I had that mindset from that day, and I committed and I locked in. And has it been a bumpy road? Yes. Has it been amazing? Yes. So we're going to get into it. I have been with pharmacy for 8 months. Like I mentioned, our team has grown to over 1,000 teammates. So proud of them. We have 8 director legs, which actually we have more directors on the team because those teams have directors as well. I'm so proud of them. And that just goes to show you do not do this alone. You rise together. You are in this with your team. I have 2 fun facts about me to break the ice. First fun fact about me. I can burp on command, and I can burp louder and bigger than anybody you've ever met. And when we meet in person, if you are lucky enough, I might treat you to that. We'll see. But that is a hidden talent of mine. And also, I cannot go to bed if there are any dirty dishes in the sink. Anybody else? Is that just me? And like I mentioned, Tim said that he can't go to bed either. Thank you, Tim. I have let go of my fears, you guys, and I have committed to this industry, and now is my mission to empower others to do the same. And you're going to see quotes throughout this whole thing. Success is not by chance, it's by choice. You are committed to this. Okay. You have to have complete belief in yourself, you guys. I'm going to walk you through a bunch of high talking points, okay? So belief in yourself, your team, and the mission. If you have any doubts, I'm just going to start by saying this. If you have any doubts, it's going to show through, okay? Whatever you need to do to overcome whatever doubts those are, whether you're not committed to yourself, whether you're not committed to the industry, whether you're not committed to your team, whether you're not committed to the products, if you don't believe, it's going to show, and people around you are going to feel it, okay? So whatever you need to do, work past that, because belief, just like energy, is contagious. Belief is contagious, but so is doubt, right? You got to remember that. So if you're doubting yourself, or if you show up with doubt, that's going to feed into your customers. That's going to feed into your team. Oh, here it is. If she can do it, I can too. That's an important one. I looked at Brittany, I looked at other leaders, and I thought, why am I any different than her? I didn't look at them and thought, I could never do that. No, I was inspired by them. I committed. I said, well, Why is Brittany any different than me? Obviously, I'm going to use Brittany and Brooke as a lot of examples during this presentation because they are our upline and leaders. So if you fully believe in yourself, your team, the company, and the products, others will too. People feel your energy before they hear your words. You know when somebody walks into a room and they don't even say anything, but you know what you're going to get? Like, for example, if you were at convention and Stormy walked on that stage, she didn't walk onto the stage, she ran onto the stage. And we knew what we were up for, and it was so inspiring. But if you're walking in and you're kind of presenting your energy like this, and this whole presentation, I want you to think about three things. One, how you're presenting yourself to your customers, how you're presenting yourself to your team, and let's just stick with those two things. I don't know what the third was. It'll come back to me, okay? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So whatever you're believing in yourself is how you're going to present yourself to the world, right? And that's like I said, showing up on social media, showing up with your team, sharing with your people, your customers. Okay, so if you are following along and I don't go over the little tidbit at the bottom, pay attention because I'm giving you a little homework if you like homework. Write down what do I need to do to start believing more, or what do I need to start believing more deeply in? So you can think about that for a second, or while we're talking, you can, in fact, while I'm going through these slides, you guys take a peek at that bottom and think about that question while I'm talking about each slide, okay? Be boldly you. I coach on this a lot. This is probably my favorite topic because I feel like showing up as my true authentic self has really gotten me where I am. It's built trust with my customers, my team, myself. It gives me confidence, like to be able to show up as myself. That fuels me too, because it's a lot of energy to show up as someone you're not. We've all been there, right? Sometimes we do have to put on a happy face. That kind of comes with the territory as well. But that takes a lot of energy, right? So when you get to show up as yourself, you're going to shine brighter and you're going to encourage others to do the same. And you're going to attract people, right? People love you for you. I say this all the time. People love you for you. And in this industry, don't forget, you have to forget what anybody may or may not be thinking about you. Because guess what? Say it with me, they're not paying your bills, right? Forget what anybody may or may not be thinking about you. Just show up as you. People love you for you. They don't care who you are. They don't love you because you're trying to be someone else. They love you for you. You're not me. You'll never be me, and I'll never be you. So don't stop comparing, right? Comparison is the thief of joy. We can be inspired by each other. If you struggle with confidence though, and you're thinking, gosh, Tamara, I don't know how you do it. I couldn't do that. I don't know. You show up with dyed eyebrows and no makeup and that's scary. I could never do that. Well, borrow my confidence. Borrow your friend's confidence. Lean on that. And before, like if you're struggling to do something and you're like, gosh, I know if I did this, it would better my business. I know if I showed up today and I did a live, it would better my business, but I'm nervous. Lean on that confidence of someone else. Just borrow it. Be like, okay, Tamara's really weird. And I remember that time where she did this really strange thing, but she did it anyway. And I actually thought it was funny. And she was just being herself. So if I stumble on my words, it's okay. Okay, here we go. And hit the go button, right? You just have to go. And then as soon as you do it, you guys, it's going to get easier and easier, right? And that goes with leadership. That goes with marketing. That goes with conversations with customers. All of this stems over everything. Confidence is contagious. Shine in your truth. And this becomes your brand. Now I'm going to use Brooke as an example here because confidence is contagious. This becomes your brand. Look at Brooke's page. When I first was introduced to the potential of coming over to pharmacy and starting with this company, I asked Brittany, I said, who's your upline? That's the first thing you do. You go look at your upline. You want to know who your leaders are. Brooke very much presents herself as a phenomenal, confident, secure leader. And that is because she has created a brand around that. Even in how she poses, how she dresses, how she posts her photos, she is presenting herself as a confident leader. I want to be partnered with a confident leader, right? So if you're being confident and you're being authentically yourself, that energy is going to radiate to your audience. Here's the quote. Be so authentically you that others feel safe to be themselves too. That's key, right? We're trying to inspire. That is our job, to inspire others, because you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? So it's our job to inspire and go monkey see, monkey do. It's a learned behavior because we set the tone. We'll talk about that later. So your homework on this one, write down 3 words that describe my authentic brand energy. Don't think about Tamara's. Don't think about Brooks. What is your energy, you guys? Really, truly. And you don't get locked in your head about being somebody that you think you're supposed to be. Who are you? And take time to think about that, guys. Seriously, because you attract your people. I am not a mother. I do not have children. I would not pretend to be a mom. I'm not. Maybe I'll inspire some moms with my brand, but that's because I'm being myself. So think about who you are. What describes you? And if you want help with that, I like to point people back to the 5 pillars. If you don't know what that is, write it down and go Google it, find a YouTube on it, okay? Your 5 pillars help you understand your brand and help you define yourself. Be the boss. Show up, you guys. Be the boss that you want to become, okay? Present yourself as the boss you're becoming. I committed when I was on the floor in my parents' living room and I wanted to be like Brittany and I wanted to find success. I said to myself, I'm going to show up big. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know that I have 0 followers. I have 0 customers. I have 0 experience in the direct sales industry, but I stepped in like I owned the place. Is that wrong? No. Was it a little scary? Absolutely. I don't know how I feel about the term fake it till you make it, but I like the term. Okay. I do like the term because honestly, we all start somewhere. We all start at 0. And if you, again, borrow the confidence of those people, borrow the confidence of the people that you're inspired by, and then show up like them. Don't copy them because you're not them, but be the boss that you want to become. So, like, it's funny, a friend of mine that's not even on my team always told me when I first got into the direct sales industry, she goes, you're going to be a diamond encrusted, yada, yada, yada. And she was like my biggest cheerleader. And that got in my head. And I was like, I'm going to be a diamond encrusted, whatever, whatever, whatever. And that was before I even had 10 people on my team, right? And now look where I am today, right? Belief is everything. Mindset is everything. We all have heard that many times, right? But it's always good to remind ourselves. Celebrate everything, you guys. This is how I show up as a boss. This is how I present that energy to my team, okay? Celebrate everything. Energy attracts energy. When I say celebrate everything, and we're going to take this from a leadership perspective, we're going to take this from a personal perspective. If you don't have a team yet, you can celebrate out loud everything in your team space. So you get more celebration with you. You can say, I just got my first customer order. I just got my 10th customer, or I just got my second teammate. Whatever it is, celebrate it. And I use the bar of soap analogy and I will forever use this because we are a lifestyle brand and we have millions of products and there's lots of people. If you sell a bar of soap and that means something special to you, and that was your first sale, celebrate that bar of soap. Shout it out on the internet. Thank you. And say that her name or say his name. Be like, Emily, Emily, thank you so much for your order. I appreciate you so much. Celebrate it out loud so that other people can see, oh, Emily bought from Susan. If Emily's buying from Susan, I guess I could buy from Susan too. That's your first sale. Celebrate it out loud and then celebrate with the team, okay? You're worthy of celebrating. Every little win, big or small, is worthy of celebrating. And as a really good leader, you want to celebrate those people. And as a good leader, you also have to recognize that you might miss celebrations. So one thing I do as a leader, and I'll probably talk about this a couple times tonight, is I encourage everybody to celebrate those wins out loud. Because if Susan sells a bar of soap and I didn't know she sold a bar of soap, I'm going to miss celebrating Susan. I don't want Susan to feel left out. So I I empower my teammates to celebrate those wins out loud with us, out loud publicly. Heck, they can message me. I don't care. I'll celebrate with them every single time they sell a bar. So, right? That's what being a good leader is. It's showing them how to celebrate themselves. Because when I first got started, I didn't have somebody celebrating with me. I had to do it out loud on my own. And when I presented that to the world, that energy, it came in and it started coming back. Energy is contagious, right? Don't feel like you're bragging, you guys. You are truly showing other people what's possible, right? I got a new teammate. That's not bragging. That's showing the world that you got a teammate. It shows them, it puts them in your shoes and it shows them, oh, I could get a teammate too. If Tamara's getting a teammate, maybe if I did this, I could get a teammate too. It inspires your team. Tamara got a teammate. Tamara got a teammate. I want to get a teammate. In fact, today, Brittany shared a screenshot. Our team, the Real Deal Dream Team, has just recruited their 500th teammate today. Guess what I did? I looked at the screenshot and I said, where's Brittany at? I got to see where Brittany's at because I wanted to know where Brittany's at because I'm running with Brittany, right? So Brittany, keep running. Be inspired by your people, guys. All right, when you act like the leader you're becoming, people start to see it too, right? Again, energy is contagious. If you're showing up, you're carrying yourself, you're presenting yourself, you're celebrating wins, you're celebrating other people, people are going to see that. Speak your goals out loud. Own your future title before it's official. Write your goals down. There are so many trainings on this. Every single month, write your goals down. It doesn't matter if they're too big. I mean, be realistic, you guys, but if you know in your head what you want to do and break down your goals, go all the way small. You can have your big overarching goal and then you can have your realistic goal and then you have the goals that you want to achieve. You have to break them down. And when I first got started in this industry, I used sticky notes. If you don't know the sticky note training, also go find a sticky note training. Every month I wrote out a sticky note that was like recruit one teammate and then 2, 3, 4, and then this much in sales, 100, 200, 300. And every time I got a teammate or every time I sold $100, I moved that sticky note to the other side. So by the end of the month, if all of my sticky notes were on the other side, every single morning I put that next to my bed and every single morning I would wake up and I would hold myself accountable because I was staring at those sticky notes and I said, okay, what do I need to do today to move those sticky notes? I was being my own boss. I was showing up for myself. I was holding myself accountable. Speak your goals out loud. You will project your own belief to your team to equally believe in themselves. If you're showing up with doubt, again, it's going to funnel through them, right? When you're showing up strong, your team is going to show up strong. Speak it until you see it. Okay, homework, right? Your next title, as if it's already yours. You guys don't even have to think about this. What's your next title? Is it 12%? Is it 6%? Is it director? Is it bronze director? Say it out loud, you guys. I will be bronze director. I am bronze director. Actually, I screwed that up. I am a bronze director. I am an emerald director. Guess what I'm doing? I am a diamond director. I know we're still maintaining emerald for 2 more months, but I want to present in my head. I'm already thinking about diamond. I'm already thinking I need 4 more director legs. I am diamond. That's what I'm saying out loud. What are you saying aloud? Put it in the comments, guys. By the way, I'm not looking at comments. So afterwards, if we have questions, we can go over it. But put it in the comments so you guys can see each other. Say it out loud. I am, what title are you going for? All right, total commitment. Go all in. You have to be committed. Remember what I talked about? If you have any doubt, it's going to show. All right, so what does being totally committed mean? And again, I'm not here to scare you guys. Brooke asked me to do this training and you get to enter the brain of Tamara, whether you like it or not. Take little bits and pieces and be inspired if you want, but I am totally committed. I live and breathe this business. I can talk about my why a little bit later, but why do I work so hard? Why am I so committed? Lots of reasons, but my why drives me. And part of my why is having the ability to have time and freedom to myself. So I know when I pour in really, really hard all the time, when I do want to take time for myself or I do want to step away, I'm able to do that because I created that life for myself. That's why I'm totally committed. So think about, where do you want to commit more? Your homework down at the bottom, where do I need to devote more energy? So to go all in, 8 directors on my team, and think about yourself, okay? Whether it's like if you have 2 or 3 people on your downline, that's your team, guys. Be proud of that. Be so proud of it. Be the boss you want to be, right? That means you're pouring a lot of belief, energy, and time into other people. But let me tell you, as you grow in this industry, as you grow in rank and title, you're gonna find a balance. When I first started this industry, I was a solo show because I had to be. It was a lot about Tamara and her success. And then I started recruiting and I started gaining teammates. And then I had to figure out, how does that balance look? It is obviously all about the team. But when you're working your business, you have to find the balance of showing up for your own business because you still want to sell and you still want to recruit, but you also have to celebrate your team. It's a very synchronized balance of doing both. It's about you, it's about them too. You just have to know where your heart is and don't get in your head about it, because whatever you're doing, you're showing up for yourself, you're showing up for your team, and you're committed. I also want to remind you, as you're working hard, this is a real important reminder for myself, is to protect your time and energy, okay? Give back what they give to you. If you are pouring into a teammate that is not pouring back into you, I hate to say this to you, but you're kind of wasting your time, okay? You're wasting your time and energy. If you're pouring into a customer that is just not giving back to you, there's other fish in the sea, guys. We again, take this with a grain of salt, because every person is important. Every customer is important. But as you begin to grow, you start to kind of realize, okay, this person is matching my energy. I have to protect myself, or this person isn't matching my energy. I have to protect myself because I'm going to pour into the people who are giving back. Invest in those that are hungry. And they'll come to you, you guys. We're all here as a team. If you're on this call, we're a team. We share together, right? We're all here. Stay consistent through the highs and lows. It's important. It's hard. You just have to take care of yourself and you just have to keep showing up, because we all know that every journey in life has a bumpy road, but it's always worth it. Let me tell you, it is always worth it. Write down your why and keep that why in the center and the focus. Remember why you're going through the hard times. Big goals require big commitment. I work really, really hard, and sacrifice does equal success. I talk to my team about this a lot. Um, I still have the same energy, honestly, but I remember a period in the first couple of years when I first started, and I remember showing up and I was exhausted because I was putting every ounce of energy into my business, and it was a lot, but it got me really far. And now I've been able to take off the gas pedal a little bit, but not much. I was to the point of like exhaustion. I shouldn't have done that, but that's where you have to protect your time and energy, right? But I say that because I was committed and I knew. It's like they always say, in any new business, like any entrepreneur, they always say the first 3 to 5 years are the hardest. And guess what? I've been in this industry for 8 years. I can tell you that it's the truth for me, not for everybody. Work hard in silence. Let success make the noise. You know how hard you're committed. You know how hard you're working. All right, you set the tone. I love this photo of me and Brittany because this is so perfect. This is the mirror effect of leadership. So your energy and effort will always be mirrored. How many times have I referenced Brittany? How many times have I referenced, like today when I talked about zooming in on how many teammates she recruited, I'm mirroring her energy. I wanted to see it. She's recruited 12, by the way, which she probably already got more since then, but I'm chasing her. She keeps me hungry, and she's our leader. She's my leader. I'm mirroring that energy. Those who are hungry and showing up will pour back into you what you pour into them. Brittany's pouring into us. She's leading by example. She's got new teammates coming in all the time. Be the example that you want people to be. Your energy and effort will always be mirrored. You are showing up. Are you showing up as someone you would want to follow? That one's kind of hard to think about, right? It forces us to turn the mirror at us. Are you showing up as someone you would want to follow? Do you feel like you're inspiring? Do you feel like you're motivating? Your homework down at the bottom, reflect what tone and pace am I putting out daily? Participate in what you ask others to do. I would never throw out a challenge that I wouldn't participate in myself. Monkey see, monkey do. Your team follows your lead. So if you are Posting on social media consistently. If you're showing up in your stories, guess what your team's going to do? They're going to show up in their stories. If you're recruiting and you're hungry and you're celebrating with them and you're celebrating your own wins, if you're doing it, your team's going to do it too. And on the flip side, if you're not doing those things, there's your answer, right? Mirror it back to you. You set the tone for your team. Now, you don't have to go crazy on them, but it's just if you feel like you have more energy than your team, my advice would be to push that out to your audience, your potential teammates, okay? Because there was certainly a time when I was way more energized than my team was. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. John C. Maxwell. All right, onboarding matters. Set your team up for success. Set every person up for success. Every new teammate deserves an intentional start. Intentional start. And this is so important. Hear me, listen closely. We are a lifestyle brand. We offer a lot of products. Some people want to join just for personal use. Drop a 1 in the comments if you have someone on your team that's here just for the discount. Drop a 2 in the comments if you're here just for the discount. If you drop a 2, I'm going to call your bluff because you're on this call. But seriously, you guys, think about this. If somebody joins and they tell you, this is really big advice for this particular business. If they tell you, I'm just here for the discount, and you say, okay, and you just let them be? Absolutely not. No, because you're not offering them an opportunity to find success. You have to welcome them just like you would anybody else. Be the boss that you want to be. Be the boss. And it's all about how you present it to them. So here's how I do it before I go through these bullet points. Here's how I do it. When I have a teammate that says, or a new teammate that is on and she's like, straight up, I'm just here for personal use, I say, that's awesome. I'm so happy. I don't blame you at all. 50% off is a no-brainer. I'm going to go ahead and I don't give an option. I'm going to go ahead and send over all of the helpful information about pharmacy and being an influencer. That way you have it. Take a peek if you want. Take it in at your own time and pace. I'm also going to add you to our team pages and our team chats just so you feel like you have a community and maybe you'll make a few new friends. Everybody's super welcoming. We also share a lot about the products. So if you have any questions, especially like the NutriPlus, you can lean on this team. Okay, thanks, Tamara. Maybe one time out of 100, people will tell me no. And think about that, you guys. How many people have you recruited and you haven't welcomed them into your team chats and the team pages? It's not too late to do that. I was just coaching a teammate today. I said, go ahead and send them some voice messages or write up a thing and invite them to your space. Because if you don't welcome them in, how are they ever going to be inspired? How are they going to see the products that all of you guys on your team are using? In this business with pharmacy, we are not only promoting to our potential teammates and customers, we're also promoting to our team, right? Look at me, I'm wearing warm brick. This is the new color, so you guys get to see it tonight, okay? This is me promoting to you guys. This is like, it's a full big picture. Treat everyone equally, personal use or business builders. Use systems, group chats, team pages, board links. Give them everything, guys. And when you're onboarding, just if you don't know how to onboard, talk to your upline, talk to your director. We have incredible systems here, all the way from Isa, Bianca, and Amy and Brooke, and we've got Brittany. We've got so much resources, you guys, that if you're lost, just talk to somebody. We will help you, okay? Make them feel welcome, part of the community, and the way you start something sets the tone for all that follows. Like I said, if they come in and you don't welcome them into the team space, and it's good to ask them their intentions, right? And that way then doesn't mean if they say something, doesn't mean they're going to not grow into something else. I joined direct sales in 2017. I did not start working my business until 2020. Think about that. I took 3 years to get started. So don't assume somebody's out. Just nurture them, right? Duplication begins with direction. Clarity creates confidence. Note to self. What's one thing I can improve on in my own onboarding system? So we've got the tools. How are you doing it? And what do you need to improve on personally? Team culture, the heartbeat of your business, guys. Celebrate it all. Like I said, the bar of soap analogy earlier, That applies here. Let every single voice be heard, every win celebrated. Edify up and down. Did you hear Brooke edify me? I did my best to quickly edify her back too. I've been edifying Brittany all night. We've got some phenomenal leaders on this team. You wouldn't be here if it weren't for somebody, like collaboration and culture is really important when we're sharing and collaborating. It takes a little time and extra work to share with the team, hey, I'm doing this. Like Brittany has a Leader Hub chat. Drop a leader in the comments if you're in the leader chat. If you're 18% or above, drop leader, okay? So if you're in there, but you're not giving back and you're just taking, just trust me when I say that's not doing yourself any favors. If there's something that's working for you, go in and share it, because I would say that is one of the biggest things that propelled me forward in this business and in this industry. I am not afraid to share what's working. I'm not afraid to do trainings like this. I'm not afraid to put my face out there and give value, because when you give value, that value comes back to you tenfold. By inspiring other people, you're creating an energy within the culture that is going to come back and help you even more. Because I have that mindset, I have had the ability to speak on stages with 2 different companies. I've been able to lead team calls. Trust me when I tell you, the first time I ever went live on Facebook or did a call I was so nervous. I am a human too. It has taken me a very long time to get here, you guys. Remember that, okay? I want to repeat that this is a very all of this success doesn't happen overnight, but all of these steps that we're talking about help create the momentum to get you to that big leader position, okay? And this training is called Emerald just because that's what our team hit, but all of this applies to whatever rank you want next. If you want 12% next, this all applies to that. It applies to director. It applies to everything. Lean into your entire team. Your people want to feel that community being part of the big family. So if you're a leader and you're out there with your own team and you're not leading into the chats, you're not on this call, like look at Brooke shared this with all of us because we're a big team, right? If you're not leaning into your team and or letting your team lean into the bigger team, you're creating a smaller community for yourself. You're kind of putting yourself on an island and you're putting your team on an island. There is always power in numbers in this business. Pull other people in, pull in the workers, pull in the community, and you're going to find that energy that you've been missing. Okay. It takes extra work. It takes an extra step to share and to communicate. But like whenever I do it, I feel so much better. I feel empowered. I feel like I was helpful. And then I get it back from other people. I get to watch other trainings and I get to watch other special things and I get to learn by other people, right? That's just being a good person. What you give, you can get back, right? Power in numbers. No one thrives on isolation. Even lions move in pride. I love that one. Stronger together than alone. A fierce lion, if they're out and gets attacked by other pack of lions, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. You have to celebrate your people. You have to celebrate your pride. Write down 3 ways to create more connection within your team, okay? Contribute and collaborate. I touched on this a little bit already in the last slide. Give, share, grow. Share what's working, inspire others. Collaboration breeds innovation and momentum. Momentum is one of my favorite words. I use it all the time. Whatever energy you're putting forward, that is going to create the momentum for later. So even if it feels like extra work right now, or if it feels like, trust me, it's like planting those seeds and watering it, that momentum is going to carry you. It's going to carry your team. Collaboration breeds innovation and momentum. Abundance mindset. When one person wins, we all win. We all win together. Like I said at the beginning of this call, this isn't a Tamara accomplishment. This is a team accomplishment because every single person within there has a win that they get to celebrate, big or small. Whether it was selling a bar of soap or it was welcoming 20 new teammates. They all matter and we all collaborate and we all grow. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. I love that. That candle's still burning so bright. but now they get to burn bright with another person. Note to self, who can I reach out to and collaborate with this week? Think about that, guys. It's fun. Honestly, it's fun. It's inspiring. You get to go back and forth. Okay, empower. Be a leader of leaders. I'm just gonna take a sip of water. As leaders, we have to see people's potential sometimes before they see it in themselves. That's a big one, right? As leaders, as friends, even if you're not viewing yourself as a leader yet, because I know that takes time, be their friend, encourage them, show them, give them compliments, give them, genuinely say or celebrate them if they did something really great, or they posted a neat photo, or they did a cool whatever they did. Celebrate them to themselves, celebrate them to the team, celebrate them out loud on your marketing, whatever you need to do. Be a leader of leaders. Coach them on how to celebrate themselves and others. Encourage them to share out loud with the team. I message my teammates all the time. I say, hey, will you put that in the team chat? Will you go, this person did something great. I don't do it myself because one, that'd be exhausting if I did it all the time. And two, it's coaching that leader to have a voice. You're empowering their voice. They're becoming leaders. You're coaching them because they might not see it themselves, but by you teaching them, because they're going to feel so good when they share that person out loud, they might not know to do that yet. So it's up to us to empower them to share. It's up to us to empower them to go encourage them to celebrate out loud. Hey, go post that on social media. Be so proud of that. Look at that gorgeous picture you just took. Go share that. That's coaching your leaders. And that's honestly just teaching them to work their business, but it's really empowering them in the group space. The function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. Like I said, it's exhausting if you're doing it all on your own. You want to bring them up with you. You want to show them what they're capable of. List 3 teammates that you can start mentoring as future leaders. And if you do not have 3 teammates yet, go find 3 running buddies on the team that you want to be inspired by. If somebody's in the same boat as you and you know that somebody's brand new and they don't, they want to build their team, go create some connections. It's all about connecting. Systems, work smarter, not harder. We have so many systems, like I mentioned. Use existing tools. Do not reinvent the wheel. I mean, you can be creative, you guys, but you are going to get burnt out if you feel like you have to remake all the graphics, and if you feel like you have to do parties on your own. We have, and if you have a great idea, share it with the team. Don't just do it alone, because that puts you on an island. We have a huge team here. Nobody should ever feel alone. If you're feeling alone, you need to lean into the team. When's the last time you spoke up in the team chat? When's the last time you shared something powerful? Lean into the team. We have systems here. Focus on what duplicates easily and what gives you the best results. So like if you're a leader, if you are making like crazy things and doing things that are like unrealistic, and it's not duplicatable, your team is going to kind of see that and they're going to be like, I can't do that, right? So think simple and use the systems that we have in place. Don't confuse movement with progress. Busy doesn't always mean productive. I am notorious for sometimes getting distracted, and I will go off on a tangent and do things that, I have so many things in my phone that I haven't used, and that, honestly, it was kind of a waste of time. I have had to coach myself over the years that just staying busy and scrolling Instagram to save a bunch of reels that I'll never do later, that's not working. That's just being busy, right? Be intentional and look at the systems that we have. We have onboarding calls. We have working power hours. Go to the systems and lean into them. If you really want to grow, you have to hone in on your goals, and you have to be clear on your intentions and where you're going and the route that you're taking to get there, because otherwise you're going to be like a dog chasing its own tail, right? And I've been there. I've learned how my body ticks and how my brain ticks, and I've learned different things, like doing the dishes before I go to bed helps me. Systems create freedom. Chaos creates burnout. We don't want the burnout. So ask yourself, what system can I simplify this month? What are you doing in your business that feels like busy work? If it feels like busy work and you just keep doing it, it's not really creating results, maybe you need to switch it up. Maybe you need to approach differently, whether that's marketing or to communicating with your team or whatever it is, figure out what system you need to simplify. Self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup. We all know this. This is honestly, this is, like I said, this is a high level leadership training. Leadership does require energy. And this is something that, like I referenced at the beginning of the call, when I was first getting started, I was burning myself out and I realized that was not sustainable. And I understand, you guys, I am truly empathetic. I understand some have full-time jobs, busy mothers, wives, houses to look after, carpools to run. I understand. Trust me. I can't imagine how some people do it, but also people don't know what's in my life too, right? So don't assume someone doesn't. Anyway, the point is that you have to figure out how you can take care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to show up for your team? Energy is contagious. If you're feeling like, like if you're presenting yourself and you're not taking care of yourself and you kind of show up and you have a bad day, it's okay to have bad days, but I just want to point out that throughout the years of growing as a leader, I really truly, like for example, before I got in the shower to get ready for this call, I had about 20 minutes that I could have just lollygagged and I could have done my makeup a little longer, but guess what I did? I went for a 20-minute walk around the block. And I felt so much better that I did that because it set the tone for me. I could have skipped that entirely, but I didn't, because I've chosen to take care of myself so I can show up with the right energy, the right mindset for my team. And I understand you might have to sacrifice something to get that into your life. I can't imagine how some of you juggle it, but once you find that plan for yourself, you're going to feel better. You can't yeah, if you're running on empty, how are you going to show up for your team? And self-care isn't selfish, it's sustainable leadership. Protect your peace, rest when you need to, move your body, fuel it well. I've coached my team before. I, like Brittany and our other upline amazing leaders, I do not take a day off. In some way, shape, or form, I touch my business every single day. And when I feel like I really need to disconnect, I've kind of coached my team. Guess what I do? I'll show up really early on the morning and I'll get my work in. I'll do a little bit and then I'll take almost a full 24 hours off, but I'll still show up the next day. So that way I'm hugging each day. And that's a choice that I've made because I was committed. I'm still committed. I still do that. I still show up like that every single day. A healthy leader creates a healthy team culture. Rest and self-care, the quote, rest and self-care are not luxuries, they are leadership strategies. Because they, again, monkey see, monkey do, guys, right? We're in a nutrition business too. Now more than ever, it's not selfish. You taking care of yourself is you just representing the brand. Take your audience and your team on the journey with you. Hey, I'm struggling. I need more time for myself. I need to take this restore and this recharge and whatever, and use, lean into that. This is our brand. It's really exciting that we actually get to do this and have it to promote as well as we build our businesses. So write down 3 ways you can fill your own cup this week, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever you need to fill your cup. And finally, remember your why. Stay anchored in your purpose. This journey is rewarding, but it's not easy, and we need to remember that why at all times. Again, this is a very high-level leadership training, so I'm talking about the hard days because it's true. There's all hard days. There's a lot of hard days, but there's a lot of really big days, and there's a lot of celebrations. But sometimes you just feel the burnout, and you have to have your why. We are all human, you guys. We are allowed to have those feelings. We're allowed to have those struggles. It's all how you tackle it and how you present yourself and how you move forward. Have your sounding boards. This was one I added in I vent upwards, okay? Vent upwards because again, energy is contagious. If you're struggling, I lean into my upline, and I also have my mom is kind of my sounding board. You know, you don't have to have your mom as your sounding board. You can have your cousin, your friend, your sister, another teammate, a sideline sister, but have your sounding board because when you are struggling, we need somebody to be able to lean on that's going to pull us right back, right? Our running buddy. Those are our people that we can lean on. And be kind to yourself. This is a really busy business if you want it to be. So if you're on this call, you probably want it to be. We're all here for different reasons, but no matter where you are on your journey, just be kind to yourself and just know that what you're putting in is what you want to put in. And it's only up to you. This business is yours and yours alone. So if you want to grow, lean into that, but be kind as you go because it takes time and commitment. I did not get to this place overnight. In fact, 8 years in, I'm never going to stop growing. I'm never going to stop learning. And that's the power of growing, right? I'm going to grow so my team can grow with me. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. And then write down your why. If you don't have your why defined or written down, do yourself a favor and take time to define it. Write down your why in one powerful sentence. And your why will evolve over the years, and that's okay. Mine has evolved a lot, but I constantly am looking back at my why. That's how I know it has evolved. And then this is just like the end, a recap of leadership, belief, confidence, commitment, leadership, empower, systems, tone, culture, self-care, why. Your story is still being written. Keep driving forward. Thank you guys. I know that was really long. I'm gonna stop presenting and check the does anybody have questions? Should we just call it a night? Maybe Brooke wants to wrap it up.
That was amazing. You guys give it up for Tamara. Give her some hearts in the comments. So much of this, like I said, it goes back to the energy, and I trained on this actually last week where I was talking about energy and like asking yourself, like, how are you showing up? Like, are you someone that you would join? And I actually remember telling you this, I think maybe when we were at Pharma Energy, I was like, I would join you because of your energy. So like some of us probably need to do like a self reflection, like how is my energy, like when I show up, am I dragging, am I just kind of like monotone, or am I excited, am I energetic, am I magnetic, am I showing up as someone that people are like actually going to want to partner with, want to purchase something from. And I mean, that's always my big takeaway from you in general is just your energy, because your energy speaks before you ever say anything, right? You may have said that, I don't remember, but
Yep.
it truly does, you guys. Just to reiterate some of the things that you said, like staying close to the fire is so important, you guys. In my career in network marketing, I see a trend where people will hit like a first level of leadership and then they'll think like, oh, I need to recreate all of the things. Now I need to have my own team stuff. And while there's definitely a time and place and we want you to have your own team and team culture, please still keep your people plugged into the bigger team, like Tamara said, because what I've seen happen again and again is that people will fizzle out as people get pulled away from that big energy because they're trying to like self-contain their team. And so you just want to make sure that you're keeping everyone close to that energy and close to that fire. And you talked a lot about belief. We could see that you believe in this business, and you believe in yourself, and you believe in your team, like you believe in everything. Like I don't see any. I'm sure you have doubts, right? You're human, right? But I'm not seeing any kind of like doubt from you about what you're doing in this business and where you're going in this industry, and that stems from belief and having a vision and knowing where you're going, even if you can't see the whole staircase, right? Like you have a general idea of where you're wanting to go, and it's to the top. Am I right or am I right?
Mhm.
So that's a big takeaway too. And you're right, your why is always going to evolve. It's always going to shift and change. When I started in this industry, sometimes it's really hard for me to connect back to that person because I'm nowhere near the person I was 18 years ago. I was pregnant with my son who turns 18 in like 2 weeks, and I had a 3-year-old daughter, and I was in a situation where I was like, I like need to make money just basically to survive. And now that's not my scenario at all. And it's not even really about the money for me. It's about like showing myself that I can do it. But I'm glad that I was in that situation in the beginning because it's what introduced me to this. and is now allowing me to show other people what's possible. And so think about the ripple effect that you're going to have with others as you begin showing up, as you begin stepping into your full, like 100% like authentic self. It's not only about you anymore. Like you guys, we have this call max out tonight. There's 100 people on this call because we're here to make a difference for you. And my prayer at the beginning of this year is, Lord, I'm going to ask for you to provide financially so I can show up and serve, because that is really what I want to be able to do, is to show up and serve, to show up and lead the way without having to worry about money. And this industry provides in ways that are just completely, unimaginable. And then finally, you talked about having a sounding board. Does everyone have a sounding board? I think that's so important. One thing that I will tell you about your sounding board is to make sure it's someone that's not going to allow you to spiral. Okay, because we all have our moments and we want someone that's going to be able to pull us back up from the depths of despair, right? Versus just like feeding into negativity. So just maybe do like a little a check with yourself and be like, wait a second, is my person that I'm like my sounding board, is that someone that's like good for me, or do I need to like find a new person to vent to?
Yeah, no, that's actually so powerful. There's the saying of like you are the vibe of the closest people in your world. So who's sitting at your table with you? Are they lifting you up? Are they empowering you? Are they inspiring you? Or are they dragging you down? You might have to change your table.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's having that ability to self-reflect too is a sign of personal growth and leadership, because I for sure, have moments where I will begin to spiral, or I'll start to feel negative, or I'll start to feel discouraged. We all do, like we're all human. And it is so important to have those people in our current corner that are going to be like, you can do this. Like I have, and Amy and Brittany and I chat a lot. And so just having someone, that can encourage you. But again, it's going to go back to like having that self-belief and like knowing that you can do this and keeping positive things in your ear. Like, we can empower you all day long. We could do all the trainings, we could do all the live videos, go out there and get it. But at the end of the day, you have to be the one to take the action. You have to be the one to say, okay, I'm going to like actually do the things that they're telling me to do. And I'm going to be willing to screw up. I'm going to be willing to look stupid or silly or cringe, as they say now, like, oh, that's so cringe. Right. But we've all had those moments. And I mean, do you have times when you felt like you were posting and you felt cringe?
I think we all have, right?
But so many people aren't willing to look cringe. You know what I mean? So if you want to get to emerald and diamond encrusted and above, then you've got to do the things that feel cringe. Tamara, so in the comments, people were asking for your slides. Would you be willing to share those so I can post those with a recap?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. And I want to just say, like, I first off, this is the first time I've done this presentation. Obviously, it's the first time I've hit Emerald. So thank you for asking me because I feel like this can be recycled. Um, but I wanted to give an overarching presentation, you guys, of again the feeling and the energy and the vibe. I hope you all got that. I did not want to come on here and be like, you have to do this many posts a day and you have to do this, but that is also a huge part of my success as well. Again, monkey see, monkey do. Look at your leaders, look at me, look at Brittany, look at Brooke, look at Amy, look at all of the directors on this team, look at everybody who has found success in this business and mimic them, but don't forget you have to do the work to have the feelings to create the vibe of the energy of the team too. I just wanted to say that because I didn't really touch on that.
No, 1,000%. And I think it's so important that you said that, because so many people, and this is like my biggest pet peeve, if you know me, they get caught up in the logistics of things and the specific little things that they won't just do the things. And it really is just start showing up. What's the energy that you're bringing? You can learn, you can course correct, you can learn those little minor details as you go. Like how many times a day to post, or what time of day to post is not going to make or break your success.
No, you just have to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, Brittany said it and it rings in my head every day. Learn as you earn. We all are learning as we're earning.
Yes, that is the motto. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy. And I know you put a lot of energy into those slides. So you guys give it up for her. She really wanted to show up and do a good job, and we appreciate you. So thank you, Tamara, and I can't wait to be celebrating you at Diamond.
Thank you. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I am
It's
saying
gonna happen. It's
I
gonna
am
happen.
Diamond.
That's right. All right, you guys have a good night.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Brooke. Thanks, team.